know they, everyone is saying we always talk about the tea, but man, Mark, it's a miracle tea, right? And this is where it really like opened my eyes. Like, you hear people saying, yeah, it's good for everything, and you say, yeah, it's good for everything. But when you hear a customer come back and say, okay, here's the story. Customer of mine, her mom is 47 years old, and she got a stroke, right? Now, for me, 47 is young, right? That's in my head. 47 is young. And, she was like, there's a ton of medication that her mom needs to take, but she knows I'm doing all natural products and she wants her mom to try it with tea. What do I think? I'm not, of course, I'm all about the all natural products and I know the tea will definitely help. So I'm like, of course, get her on it. She's like, my mom is also diabetic and they want to start her on insulin. Her blood glucose levels are usually 400 and more, right? So over 400 for her blood sugar levels. I say, okay, we're gonna get her started. She came, she got the tea, she made the tea. Around 3 days later, they've been on my mind. I'm like, I'm giving them a little time to use the tea before I start firing up the phone. So I call back and I'm like, what's happening with you? What's happening with your mom? She's like, oh my gosh, I was waiting until the end of the week to tell you, but I spoke to my mom, and before she started the tea, her feet were swollen. Remember, she got a stroke, right? So her feet were swollen. She couldn't move her toes. She's also having blurry vision. She's like, I spoke to my mom this morning and her swelling, the swelling on her feet went down. Just 3 days on the tea. The blurriness in the eyes, gone, right? But she's still not able to move the foot, right? She can't move the toe, she can't move anything. So I give them a couple more days, still less than a week, and I message her, I'm like, okay, what's up? How is it progressing? I want to keep up with this one. This one, is very important to me. And she says, I spoke to her this morning and she's telling me that she's now able to move her toes. Guys, this is major. I don't know about you, but that's major for me. For a stroke patient with swollen feet, can't move the foot, and in less than a week, she's able to move her toes. She's able to move it up and down, up and down. I think that's awesome, right? So I'm like, what about the blood sugar level? She's like, okay, I didn't ask her about that, but I know she does her test every day, so I'm going to follow up with that for you. Then she messages me. She's like, hi. I'm like, what's up? She's like, hey, guess what? My mom says her blood sugar levels is 200. Usually it is over 400. I'm like, whoa. No, let me tell you, if I don't believe in it already, I don't know what it can do. I understand how it works. I believe in what it does. But when you hear someone give a testimonial like this, guys, I was like, wow, imagine that. It's a stroke. I don't know if you understand what a stroke patient is, if you've ever seen anybody with a stroke, and to have the tea do all of this, it's just amazing. Come on, guys, let me tell you, it's nice to have the financial freedom, but when you get stories like this, my customer's main concern was who was going to take care of her mom, because she's married, all her siblings are, in relationship. Nobody wants to go and sit down with mommy, right? And they're like, and she's so young, nobody really wants to go back. Yes, they love their mom, but they're trying to live their own lives. And she's like, I just really want her to get back on her feet and to know that our products are making such an impact, guys. If you don't want to get into the business for the money, get into the business for helping people. Because trust me, when you get those messages and you get those calls, without a shadow of a doubt, you're going to be even more excited. Let me tell you, I started dancing. I got excited, right? But I said, this is my testimonial time. Okay, I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to give somebody else a chance to share their testimony, right? So I'm going to ask Desmond again to unmute. So I'm asking you to unmute now, Desmond. If you are on, you could go ahead and unmute. I know you were having some technical difficulties before, right? You could try now. If you're not able to, then I'm going to move over to Mr. Javon Blazer Hubert, right? I'm going to move over to this gentleman and I'm going to give him the opportunity to share his testimony with